Hello, and welcome to Viking Views. I'm Guillermo Mesquita. One Missouri Valley College basketball player accomplished a milestone that hasn't been done in a decade, and Raviel Burton is just the 10th player in Valley's history to achieve this.
Senior center from St. John's, Antigua, number 44, Raviel Burton.
Senior Raviel Burton reached a milestone by scoring 1,000 points in his Missouri Valley College basketball career. Burton explains that basketball wasn't always his first love.
Well, I started playing soccer at first. Then I started playing two sports. Then one day I chose soccer. And then this basketball coach came to me and he was like, he can find 1,000 basketball players and I'll be the first one on the roster. But he'll find 1,000 soccer players and I'll be the last one. So you know what I mean by that.
Burton tells us what went through his mind achieving this goal and who influences him to play the sport.
It was an honor. I was speechless at the time because I didn't know I was that close, but I struck it and I was like, whew, what an achievement, you know? Well, my coach, because he found me and then he told me a lot about it, opportunities that I can and have. So I just live and play for him and my family. So.
Coach Chad Lance is proud of Burton to reach this accomplishment and says what it means for the program.
Well, obviously, it shows tons of longevity for Raviel Burton. You know, he's been part of our program for 3 years, and it shows his level of consistency and the commitment that he has made to himself and also our basketball program.
Burton continues to work hard and help his team in any way he can.
There are 10 games left in the season, and Burton's point total is still growing. The next Vikings game will be January 27th against William Penn in Oskaloosa, Iowa. Professors and students need to temporarily change their method of study because the Valley bookstore is missing some of its books. Viking Views' Beatrice Salas reports on the reaction of the MVC students and professors.
30 week of classes and some important books still not arrived. Morgan McSmith, a mass communication student, tells how her professor are lecturing without the book.
We have quizzes that are due every single week that we actually need the book for. So the quizzes are directly from the book, and so right now my professor is having to scan the pages from the book and then send them to us, and then we have to read them on our computer instead of having the book right there with us.
Morgan is trying to pick up her books since the first day of classes.
I've gone back 3 times, and then I still have to go back again to get my last book.
The business professor, Beverly Katz, is missing 30 books. She dismissed one of the books she needed in class. Katz downloaded the chapters from the book she had and she lectures in the PowerPoint. Professor Katz explains how the students reacted.
They were confused. They were a little frustrated. They had to wait in line. It was somewhat respectful. It's not a question of blame. Some things happen. Obviously, there was a problem.
The bookstore assistant manager, Leslie Cortez, told that some students confirmed their place in class in the last week. Because of this, there are some books still missing, and all missing books had been ordered. Cortez constantly mailed all students that can pick up their books. All books must be in the students' hands by today. I'm Beatriz Salles, reporting for Viking Views.
For more information about missing books, go to the bookstore located in front of the dining hall. While the weather was freezing outside, Missouri Valley College students were warm inside the Burns Athletic Complex, but were also unusually quiet. Viking Views' Nathan Gertz has more on the legend of the Orange Hush.
Shh. Can you hear anything? Of course not. No one's making a sound. Last Wednesday, when the MVC men's basketball team hosted Evangel, the only noises one could hear at first was the sound of sneakers squeaking and Coach Chad Lance. The fans didn't make any noise. At least until Brody Grotewald stepped to the free throw line and scored the Vikings' 10th point of the game.
Second shot is good. There we go.
It was all part of the Orange Hush, a special event for students all decked out in orange that Assistant Athletic Director Colin Smith came up with 3 years ago when he discovered an internet phenomenon.
Originally from Taylor University, theirs is called the Silent Night. It was on ESPN all over the world, so we like, you know what, we can do Silent Night, we'll use Orange Hush. So that's where it came from.
Along with making lots of noise, Students had a chance to win prizes from raffle ticket drawings, special scavenger hunts, a guessing game based on how many cheese balls were in a jar, and an unusual relay race where contestants had to score a basket while wearing football pads. Despite all the fun, Smith says the real goal is to get fans excited about Viking hoops.
Kids are going to come whenever you get away something, whether it be a TV or candy. This is more about everybody coming, having a good time, but most importantly, basketball game. We're all here for basketball. The gifts and all that's fun, but it's all about winning the game and supporting your Vikings and the win. Women and men.
So, what did fans think of the third annual Orange Hush?
I liked it all, man. It's fun. It's fun. This is what basketball games are like. I'm going to have to come to a bit more, man.
Doing the basketball, putting on football clothes, and making the basketball.
It was a really fun environment. It was good to get everyone out here, and actually a big crowd at the boys' game.
Almost everyone agreed the best part of the night was finally getting loud when the 10th point was scored. This was especially true for members of Alpha Sigma Phi, which won the Rowdiest Crowd Award.
We got 6 votes. And we feel pretty good about it, sitting at it. We were one of the smallest groups here, and yet we have beat up.
Just hanging out with my buds, just having fun, man.
Probably at the 10 points when they finally got the crowd going.
In the end, folks both old and young had a great time wearing their orange gear and cheering on the Vikings. At least after a while. Nathan Gertz, Viking Views.
The Viking lost the game to Evangel 94-76. The number 5 ranked Missouri Valley wrestling team faced off against one of its biggest rivals January 21st. Viking Views' Alexis McMillan reports on the team's duel against Baker University.
As the duel began, fans filled the bleachers in support of the first home meet this season, and wrestlers paced back and forth to keep themselves warm. For what hoped to be a blank started out slow as Valley struggled to show their true potential in the first half.
Our goal every time is to put a blank on the board, which is, us blow them out, 0 points on there. But other than that, just wrestle hard, do what we do, and just get the dub.
We wanted to wrestle a little bit better. To be very honest, we wrestled a little bit flat early in the match, but we came on strong at the end where, we have a really talented guys at.
Valley quickly turned things around with the help of their seniors and national champ Gabby Musalam. Despite his recent surgery, Gabby won his duel in only 2 minutes and 51 seconds in a first period pin.
Me being number one and everyone else just coming after me always puts pressure. No matter what, even if the worst guy in the nation or the best, they're going to come after me 100% and they're going to try to make me lose because everyone's trying to ruin my title. Coming into this season has been rough because I'm number one and everyone just wants to beat me. So that's always hurtful. I trust where I'm at, trust my coaches, trust my teammates, and I trust God. I know whatever happens, His plan is there. So whatever I got to do, I do, and He takes care of the rest. Rehab, rest, and pray. A lot of praying.
Valley defeated Baker 26-9. Coach Mockles felt the team did great overall, and they're excited about next week's heart duels. Alexis McMillan, Viking Views.
The Vikings will compete against William Penn University, Graceland University, and the number 1 ranked Grandview University in the heart duels, which are set for January 30th in Lamoni, Iowa. With all the emails circulating around campus, administrators decided it was time to make a change. Viking Views' Randy Beck reports on the new approach to inviting students to the events without overwhelming them with hundreds of emails.
After several complaints and many deleted messages, Missouri Valley campus officials decided enough was enough. Emails poured into inboxes left and right, causing students and staff to grow overwhelmed with the number of emails received per day. Campus officials decided to make receiving information easier and more convenient for students. Ashley Jackson, Director of Student Activities, says the new way of relaying information will help cut out spam and allow students to be more involved.
So the app is called Pavi, and pretty much what it is for creating events, and instead of mass spamming everyone about your event, only those members that are, included in your event will receive the message.
Jackson also says that we are the first school to have this app. Any suggestions for the app can be made possible by submitting questions or suggestions to Ashley Jackson in the Malcolm Center. Randy Beck, Viking Views.
There is an activities calendar in the works to be posted to the school's website. However, if students wish to receive emails rather than the PAVI app or calendar, they may make a request to Ashley Jackson. That's Viking Views for this week. I'm Guillermo Mesquita. Thank you for watching.